Going from Chad to Niger in particular, I must say I got a surprise, because we all hear that the harvest has actually been better this year than the 2 previous years. But the unfortunate news is that what I saw were more children with severe acute malnutrition being admitted to the different programs, and it was not because we have been better at actually detecting them. The numbers simply went up. How come that you have a better harvest and you have increased malnutrition? We started understanding that by asking people what had happened, and we saw that they are carrying the burden of the previous 2 crises on their shoulders. They have been selling their last goat. They have been selling land to the richer neighbor that lives in the next nearby town. They have suffered because we have the floods in Nigeria, which means that Nigerians have bought up grain on the local market. And then on top of that, you have this huge demographic explosion, which is a permanent phenomenon, but it certainly doesn't help, where the population is doubling every 20 years. So even if the harvests were good, you have an increased pressure from year to year. This means that even with good harvests, we have a serious problem, and that requires a structural approach. In this sense, the resilience approach comes in handy, because it should allow us to target the reform of the agricultural structures and food security much more to the most vulnerable that are subject to these changes in socio-economic structures. And we have to work on the markets, and we have to work on health, so that we catch the epidemics earlier on, and to give the women some basic education so that they understand that they have to space their births more. For that we need a collective engagement with the international system, all the organizations in the region, including SILS, but ECOWAS and CIMIOA and all of them. We also need each government to stay engaged, and we need the local authorities and the religious leaders to understand that if we don't come to grips with this, we will have a time bomb under every single one of these societies. And I think that has to be avoided.